Senator Tim Kaine will spend his day in our area, and he's getting it started by talking to us live right here on WDBJ 7 Morning.
The senator joins us now live from Dublin before his tour of the Volvo truck assembly plant. Senator Kaine, thanks for being with us this morning. Let's start off with what you expect to hear from those workers there at Volvo in Dublin.
Well, we're going to talk about the economy. I'm really glad to be back. I was last here at this plant probably in about 2008 or 9. It's the only vehicle manufacturing plant in Virginia. They do a great job, real leaders in sustainability, wonderful, American-made trucks, and it's going to be good to visit with workers and management and find out what I can do in Washington to help them be more successful.
And Senator Kaine, one issue that local businesses say could affect them is the new River Valley Airport there in Dublin losing its only Customs and Border Patrol officer. Now, do you see any problems coming from losing that officer, and can the position be replaced?
Well, this is a real serious problem. Senator Warner and I and Congressman Griffith signed on to a letter to the CPB back in Customs and Border Patrol back in May to encourage them to keep the staffing levels. But frankly, this is a victim of the sequester and budgetary challenges we're in. As you know, we're engaged in a sequester where we're doing across-the-board cuts, including cuts that I don't think are a good idea to make at all. That's why I supported stopping the sequester with a vote in the Senate in February. I have worked to pass a Senate budget for the first time in 4 years that would eliminate some of these, frankly, kind of ridiculous and non-strategic cuts. But our budget has been passed in the Senate, and we are trying to go to a conference with the House, and thus far that conference is being blocked. We're going to work on it every day to see if we can come up with a solution. Ultimately, the challenge here is budgetary politics, and if we can get the budget right, then I think there's some hope that we could restore the position.
Well, Senator Kaine, we do want to talk a little bit about the president's health care law. We're seeing businesses all over cut part-time hours because of that employer mandate, the requirement businesses offer health insurance. Is this something Congress should have seen coming before passing the law, or is this something that should be addressed now?
Well, I think it's something we need to fix. Look, employers have been, sadly, reducing health insurance for their employees for many years. Back in the 90s, about 65% of small businesses, for example, provided health insurance for their employees. And by the time of 2010, when the Affordable Care Act was passed, that number had shrunk to 35%. So for decades, employers have been shedding health care because it's too expensive. They're continuing to do it, and that means we have more work to do. What I hope in Congress will do is, instead of spending now 3 years having 40 votes to repeal the Affordable Care Act, which would hurt people with pre-existing conditions, which would hurt seniors, let's start to talk about reforms. If we spend our energy on reforms rather than repeal, that's going to be the better way to go. And reforms to deal with this part-time issue, I think, would be a real good place to start.
All right, a lot to consider, and nice having Senator Kaine right here in our area today. A busy day in Dublin, for sure.
And then on to Roanoke for the summer school program. Senator Kaine, thanks for taking time with us this morning.
You bet. Great to be out in Southwest. Thanks.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
It's been warm here.